Hello everyone. In this lecture or video, we are going to study about the dimensions. So how to give the dimension for different figures. So for that we draw some figures. Suppose a rectangle, first corner 0, 0 and second will be 10, 10. Enter. So this will be our rectangle of 10, 10. Then circle, then arc, then ellipse, then suppose the angles, ortho. So here we start from the linear. Already we use it, but again we can take it this fashion. Then align. If our line is not horizontal, in that case we use align dimension or option. So we have to first choose first point and second point. Then third one, arc length. So click here, arc length, and here read this message, select arc or polygon. So we select it, select, and then here we get the length of the arc. Then dimension, then ordinate. So suppose we require the coordinates of any figure. In that case we select it, x and y coordinates, so ordinates. Then suppose we draw this figure with 0, 0 at the origin. So here software asks us specify the feature location. Suppose I require the coordinates of this point, so this one. So if I take this cursor at the horizontal side, then I get the coordinate of y direction, and then whenever I take it at this side towards the y side, then I get the dimension of x side. So this is the ordinate. Suppose again I take the ordinates here and this point, so in this way. And suppose we have to repeat the same command. In that case we just press the enter here, enter. So I again get here from this point at the horizontal, the x is the 0, then we take here horizontal, then suppose we require the coordinates of this point, upper corner. So go here, ordinates, and take, this is the ordinate of y and this is the ordinate of x. Then same way this will be ordinate of y and this will be ordinate of x. Then radius. Suppose I want to measure radius of suppose this circle. In this case we will get the radius. Then suppose we require the jogged. Okay, so we can select, and here we can get the jogged radius. Then suppose we require the diameter of circle. In that case we can only just click on this one, we get the diameter of circle or arc also. Then angular, we have to select the angular dimension and any two lines we get angle between these two lines. This is internal angle, and suppose we require the external angle, we can click on these two lines and we get the external angle also. External up to means this angle, it measure up to sub segments. Okay, so it is up to 180. Okay, so we can measure the angle in different way. Then next one is the baseline. In baseline, whenever we measure the previous dimensions, suppose we measure the linear from this point to this point. Okay, and when we select the baseline command, then what will happen? It is automatically select from that point, previous point, and directly shows us the dimension at different line. Means once this phenomena we can use where the center line plan or foundation plan we have to draw. Then continue. So suppose we have required the continue dimensions. In that case, we select this one and we can give the continuous dimensions here. Then next, that is dimension space. Suppose we want to set the perfect distance between two dimensions. In that case, we use this dimension space. So we select this command, and here the software asks us select base dimension. Suppose we want base as this one, and then select dimension to space. So this will be the dimension to space. Then select two dimension space. So we choose only one which we have to space. Then enter. Then software asks here us enter the value or auto. So we suppose we require this dimension 10 from the base dimension. Then enter 10. Then the space between these two will be 10. Suppose we measure this one, so it will get 10, right? Then next that is dimension break. So select dimension break. Suppose we want to break the dimension. In that case, we use this option. So select dimension. Suppose we select this dimension. Okay. Then here software asks us the option auto, manual, remove. So in that case, we select the option manual. Sometime auto will be there, no doubt, but manual is better. Then we press here M, enter. Then software asks us specify the first break line. So here O snap is on, so we take from, suppose we break from this point, this is first point. Software asks us the second break point, so this is second break. So this will get automatically break. Then next one is multi-ladder. So multi-ladder is used whenever we have to give some arrow and text. In that case, suppose we want to give any name here. Suppose at this line we require the name. Okay, so we put first select that point, and then on our ladder location, software asks us where is the ladder location. Suppose this is ladder location. Then we can type whatever we required, we can type it. So this one will be the ladder. Then center mark. So once we select this center mark, that asks where is the circle or arc. So we select the circle, automatically the center mark will be there. Then the inspection. Suppose we have to inspect any dimension. In that case, we select here select dimension. Suppose we select the dimension, this one our dimension, and enter. Then here they ask what will be the label what you have to inspect and how will be the inspect rate. So once we press it OK, then we get here the inspection of that particular dimension. Then the oblique. So suppose we have to rotate our dimension. In that case, so we rotate this, select this one, and then enter. Then software asks us what will the angle of rotate. Suppose we take as a 30, then it will get the 30. Okay, suppose we have to change the angle of the text. In that case, go here, align text, and go at the angle. So this select, the software asks us select dimension. Suppose we select this dimension, and then it asks us what will the text angle. So we type here 30, then our text will be get rotate. Then dimension style. So dimension style, we already discussed that part, but here we can discuss it also briefly. Here go in modify, or you can take it as a new also. So suppose we have to set the new style, our own style. In that case, give the name for the our style. Suppose our style is whatever, demo 1, and start with ISO 25 or unauto this or standard. Okay, so we'll take it from standard and then continue. Then we can change all the patterns here. So line pattern we can change. We take break line or any line here. Then we can change the thickness of line. This will be the thickness of line we can change. Then beyond the trick, this option is inactive here. The baseline spacing. So the spacing between the baseline. So this baseline and this line, what should be spacing, that we can change. Then suppress dimension 1. Okay, suppose both side lines we have to you avoid one line. In that case, we avoid all these things are indicate here what we do here. Okay, we have to suppress both line, then we can suppress it. We require only one side line, then we can take it, but here we select both. Then extension line colors. So these are the extension line. Suppose we have to change the color of extension line, it will get changed. Then line type, one side line, what should be that. All these things we can change. Thickness we can change. Then beyond dimension, extension beyond dimension of line, so we can change it. This will be the scenario. Then offset of origin line, this here you can see here what will be the change. This offset will be get change here. Then fix the length of extension line. These extension lines length can be fixed. Okay, otherwise it can automatically. Best way, you can select it auto, you don't select it. Okay, and suppress extension line. Here this extension line we can avoid these also. Okay, so in this way, this is about lines. Then symbols on arrow. Suppose we can change the arrow size. We can change it. Suppose we require different types of arrow, dot, blank arrow, anything. We can select it from here. Again, the second field arrow we required, so we can change from here. Then ladder, we know that from ladder we how we have to give the name from the ladder. That style we can change here. Then arrow size we can change. Suppose this is the arrow size default, but we require to change, arrow size automatically get changed. Then dimension break size, that also can be changed. So everything we can do with these symbols and arrow. So remaining part will be discussed in next video. Thank you.